Hey guys, welcome back to Beam Walks and Bar Talks. Today we have the privilege of sitting down with Skyler Langlois, one of my buddies that I met down at Blue Oval Stanton. We're actually in a mixed match crew after I came back from having my first kid. Great guy, and my connecting partner is my roommate for a little bit. Rain days, we made the best of them. That was a good thing. Mike was there as well. He taught me a lot about being an ironworker, about being a friend, and how to lead without being an asshole. Fortunately enough, he was one of the guys that was also one of my foremans. Outside of work, went shopping, went golfing, went drinking, made some memories downtown, went to a couple concerts. A lot of golfing memories, but can't golf for shit. So great conversationalist. That was memorable too, right? Great conversationalist. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show. If you can understand his little twang that he's got going on. Skyler, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, not much, man. Just kicking it, getting ready for a job up in Indiana. We're running out with Ideal again. Same contractor. Same one we met at.
Same one. Got to keep running it, right? They're going to pay. They're going to come. So, what local are you out of?
I am Union Ironworker, local 477, Sheffield, Alabama, book number 1504182. Been doing this for, I think August 18th. It's either the 18th or the 28th. It's going to be 13 years. It's been 13 hard years. Put it that way. But it wouldn't trade it for the world, a lot of ups and downs, but ultimately it's been pretty good, just unfortunately having to travel a lot. It's kind of one of those double-edged swords, so we don't get to work out of our local much, being a suitcase local. But, it is what it is. I met you. So.
Yeah. Game friends, and now we're lifelong friends. I had to explain today to one of the guys at work what a suitcase local was. As you explained it to me when we were out there, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, a suitcase local? What is that? Like, do you guys move around the country? And you're like, well, not necessarily the hall, but the guys do, because there ain't much work around where you're at, I guess.
A lot of booming out. Out.
And you did a shutdown, though, at home, didn't you?
Well, it was a week long little contract. That's actually the first contractor I ever worked for whenever I started ironworking. They do a lot of shutdowns of paper mills, steel mills, stuff like that. So we went to Counts, Tennessee, and redone the chains and the chipper head on the log deck where they run logs through to chip them up for paper. So
was that in that was those pictures in the drive?
There is some of those pictures. The picture I sent you was
the one that looks like.
Well, that's the debarker drum. We actually ended up not having to touch it, but usually we're in there working on the blades and stuff, and doing a little welding on the, I think they call it the can or whatever, but sits on these big rollers. You just roll it and weld. It's boring as fuck. But the part we had was the one where you're looking into the chipper. That's the good shit. We were demoing out. My old lady was there. She done a fucking great job. We got the privilege of working together on that one too. And so we demoed everything out and went in with brand new plates. I wish I'd have got some pictures of that, but we were dodging tornadoes and trying not to die to finish the outage. So,
I remember you calling me one night. You were like, hey, I got a quick minute. Can you talk? I was like, yeah, what's going on? And then he goes, all right, never mind. I don't got a minute. The storm's coming in. We got to wrap up, get things tucked away. Then I'll call you right back. And I think by that time I had already gone to sleep or something like that.
Yeah, it was a rough night.
Yeah.
A lot of storm damage, man. That's actually where we've been the last 2 days. I've been toting a chainsaw and cutting trees all day, every day for the past it's been solid 2 days. And as a matter of fact, you can see I still got sawdust on my hat from it. But
I see it out there.
It was a bad one though, man. Some of our family got hit, so we've been over there trying to. Luckily, there was no deaths. No
Good.
deaths.
I haven't read
Uh,
anything either, so
but it was bad. Uh, Destroyed everything. They lost everything. So,
for sure.
but
Like
we've been
pictures
there.
and
So,
pictures and
uh,
vehicles, like the house is gone, or
I got a video I'll send you that
all
you can
right.
put on here if you just wanted to. But I'll send it to you anyway because I want you to see it. It's pretty bad. But luckily we're getting a GoFundMe together for that, and then not we don't expect it, but if anybody just feels inclined, you know what I mean, we'll we would like to try to raise as much as we can to get houses rebuilt and just help out where we can. And I've already talked to Sheffield, so at the next meeting we're going to bring a vote before the body, take up money, all that stuff. So the community came together good on that one. So
Hey, if we can help too, if you guys get that GoFundMe going, we'll post the link in our comment section or our caption, and then if you have those videos, if you want, I can make up a little thing and we can post it on our page with the GoFundMe link on there too.
okay, yeah, I'll do
Or
that, man. That's
if you want to do it, I can do it either way. It doesn't matter. We can get it up there though.
yeah,
Maybe our
we'll
beam
get it.
walks and bar talks family will help out a little bit, whatever way they can.
Yeah, we'll definitely get the word out. Uh, it's anytime this happens, I try to help as much as I can. You remember the tornado that went through when we was in Memphis?
Dude, yeah, I think we were at work that day, weren't we?
Yes.
And was it Covington?
Covington got hit hard, but the place that got it the worst that I was fully planning on going to help was out there. I want to say it was like an hour due west of Memphis, right in Arkansas.
Okay.
And dude, it's complete devastation. It was
Yeah.
sad, man. It was sad. A lot of people lost their lives. We tried to get out there, and for some reason, just wasn't able to make it happen. I don't remember the work. Just they wouldn't let us go or something.
Yeah.
Uh, but I would like to try to start helping out more with the natural disasters. Storm cleanup stuff like that. So this, I
I
guess, is
talked
a good
to
thing.
dude, yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I talked to Mike. I can't remember. I think there was a tornado that came through our area or near our area. Was it last summer or maybe the summer? The summer I went home from Memphis, and they they wanted everything, and I told Amanda, and I think I was talking to Mike. I might even mention it to you, but where I was like, why don't I just load up the Blackstone and see if I can't get somebody to, you know what I mean, like donate money and donate food and go to wherever they need and just start cooking. Like
Hmm.
I was ready to just go and start cooking up for people. You know what I mean? Because at that point, a meal is kind of worth a little bit more than money. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because you don't know where your next meal is coming from. So if you can get something hot and fresh and maybe a smiling face or a little hug, whatever. But
Yeah.
that yeah, I'm dude. If yeah, for sure,
Well, I'll tell you what.
I would
You
be on
you
board with
do the
that.
cooking, and I'll do this. I'll do the chainsawing. I'll do the cutting because I can't cook for shit. So
I mean, you cooked pretty good when we were in Memphis.
yeah, but it wasn't like great. I
Yeah.
think it was because we were intoxicated most of the time. We were really hungry and it tasted like it might have been okay.
I remember the one night you made burgers, and Amanda's like, "Can you put my burger out there?" And you're like, "What's this?"
Oh
And I said,
God.
"It's plant based," and you're like, "That doesn't go on this grill."
No, that was man. The fact that I even ended up cooking that thing is just I need to just throw the grill away.
I still have it, and I still cook on it. It's still good. Uh, or maybe wait,
That was
that was
mine.
yours.
That
That
was
was
my pit
yours.
boss. Yeah.
Yeah, that was before I got
I was
mine.
like,
You're
I
right.
can't believe I'm putting this on this grill right now. This is for dead animals only.
That was funny. That was a good time too.
Oh man,
Who were we roommates with? It was me, you, and
it was Q.
Q. That's right,
Yep,
Qbert.
yep. Don't leave your
Dude,
dirty
that was
underwear laying around.
never gonna live it down.
No, I look. I love the guy, but I'm gonna mess with him.
Oh,
I
you
hope he
have to, dude.
watches
I
this.
I mess with him too. I miss him. I think he's back in town. I actually asked him if he wanted to be on one time, and he's like, "Yeah, whenever I get back in town, I'll let you know." So,
Man, I ain't
Qbert,
talked to
if
him
you're
in a
watching,
while.
dude, you're next.
You are next. Yes, and if
Um,
we meet up again, first thing I'm gonna do is throw a pair of dirty underwear at you. We're just gonna start things off right. For everybody in the that's watching, if this doesn't get edited out, you will probably eventually hear the story. Was just, tensions get high sometimes when you're rooming somebody and working with them all day.
oh yeah,
At the end of the day, we love each other. I love you, Q. Love you,
yeah.
buddy.
It's all love, no matter what, dude. And I think that's what makes our brotherhood different than any others. You know what I mean? You do the 70 hours a week, you do the 60 hours a week, and then you go home and hey man, what do you want for dinner? Fuck you. All right, fine. You're on your fucking own.
Yeah, dickhead.
Oh no, I got something on the way home. Oh, were you gonna let me know or it's kind of whatever. It don't matter.
Like, hey,
So you
wash
work
the
with
dishes, motherfucker. Wash the dishes.
what, dude? It was everything. It was fucking everything. I left my
But you
hair
know
on
what?
the
We had a good
my
time
beard
though.
hair on the counter.
Hmm.
I think I left some of my laundry in the laundry too a couple times.
Yeah, is what it is.
And
You drink as much alcohol as we was drinking. I think the damn apartment looked pretty good, really,
uh, I
considering.
thought so. Every now and then we had a good smelling candle too to get rid of that nasty old man working smell.
Oh yeah. The rest of the time it smelled like ball sack, but you know what? There was the occasion where we would just be like, "Man, we probably need to clean a little bit."
We should probably clean and vacuum this up real quick. That's
No.
funny, dude. Man, I miss that
So
little apartment.
you know what? It really wasn't bad. It sucked carrying stuff up those stairs, but other than that, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, the water feature out right outside the window, the fountain we had, dude. Oh, oh fuck. All right,
So
so you said
what you had going on up there? What you got?
as far as work,
Yeah.
we got a couple things. Midwest is about to start a data center over in Saline. I'm not sure if that got pushed back or not. I did hear today that it might have gotten pushed back. Um, I'm on a 5-story box and fill, like services building for the main hospital. Henry Ford is expanding, and they got a 23-story, so they're doing that. I'm pretty sure I posted some pictures or videos. Um, and then let's see what else they got. They're still working down at the bridge. I guess there's some punch list stuff going on down there over at Gordie Howe. They're finishing up Joe Louis Arena Hotel. It's on the old footprint of Joe Louis Arena. That's going on. Um, but there's been some legislation trying to get pushed through to cancel the data centers over here. So, or at least put it on like a 1 year hold so they can do like an in depth environmental study. So there's that too. So I'm not sure if that's going to go through or not, but that would slow down the data center in South Lyon, which is right by my house. That would also slow down the data center that's supposed to go in like basically my mom and dad's backyard down in Newport. They had a planning committee meeting on Monday night. I couldn't make it. It was a blizzard up here. Um, and Celine, I think, is kind of on hold, but there's a bunch of work out on the west side. I'm not sure exactly what exactly they got, but there's a bunch of work out on the west side.
Oh, that's good, man. We're hurting down here. Everybody's having to boom out. It's
Yeah,
just dead.
it's yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. I mean, auto plants are always going, right? they got turnover again, and retool, and then new lines going in, and
Well, that's a good topic. I think we need to cover. I mean, if we're going to be talking about our experiences in ironwork, because like anybody watching this that's like thinking about getting into the trade, first off, I want to tell you it's a great trade. It is. It has its days where you're like, dude, I could jump off this building right now. But like, there's other days, where like there's a lot of pride with it. You know what I mean? Like, just some days are gonna suck no matter what you do. But you definitely got to know coming in, like you do got to boom out. Unless you are in like Detroit, y'all keep a fair amount of work, or like
yeah, we
Chicago
do
or something like that. But like there's a lot of locals all over the country, man. They're just like the small locals like us. Like, don't quote this. I don't know the exact statistic. Probably should have asked, but I think we're somewhere around 250 to 300 active members, and that's it. That's all we got.
last I looked.
So
Last I looked, that's where you guys were at,
yeah, it's
right
somewhere
around
in that
250,
ballpark,
275, something like that.
and it's like we can't even keep all of us working a lot of times. Like, we hit some outages. We might have like we had like 5 good years worth of work where Toyota
Yeah.
Mazda down in Madison was built and stuff. But like it seems to be like a 10-year rotation. Like every 10 years you'll have like a spurt of work. But the rest of the time you're out. So anybody coming in, is wanting to join the apprenticeship, especially if you're going to be like around a small local like Sheffield, or I mean, really even Nashville. Like, Nashville keeps a decent amount of work, but I mean, even those guys are having to boom out to chase money. So,
Oh shit.
um, yeah, once the stadium wraps up, it's just going to be right back to their grind. Uh,
Yeah.
and it's all. I think it's already kind of headed that way. So anybody coming in, just know that's going to be part of it. You're going to have to travel if you want to make money, and it can be hard. It take a lot of mental toll on you sometimes if you got a family back home. So just
That
make sure
that
you're
is for
solid.
fucking sure. Make sure your significant other is solid too.
Yeah, it makes it
Uh,
it makes a difference.
I have a good woman, dude, keeping it down at the house with the baby. So, uh, yeah, where was I going with that? Yeah, Nashville, dude. Didn't you do a big job down in Nashville, a storage job?
I've done one over off of Church Street in Nashville. It was for, I think it was Ben Hur. Was working for a buddy of mine, Patrick French. Me and him had worked together over the years, and he ended up moving up the ladder and got me a little gig out there. Unfortunately, wasn't able to top that out. I did have to go home. We were, Eddie Mitchell. It's a name you're going to hear me say a lot. You've probably already heard me say it, but he's
Yep.
our organizer at the hall, and the dude is
Yeah.
top notch, man. He's top notch. Like, there's not a better suited guy for that position. Like, he's a great talker, but like he's straightforward, no bullshit too. So like the balance that he has with that really goes a long way. Uh, Being that it's just no bullshit and gift of gab. Like, it couldn't have worked out better. He's highly intelligent. His accent sounds a little bit of low intelligence till you listen to him for a minute. He's way more hick than me, but he's really intelligent. So like, anyway, back during that time, he'd got GS Steel, I believe it was. They had finally went signatory with the hall on a job at Redstone
Yeah.
Arsenal. So I ended up having to leave that job to come home to man some work. Um, and I guess we left a pretty good impression with him. So trying to get some contractors to go union. I think Long Arc maybe was another one. I think they're still using guys actually. So that's been something that's been on our side lately. Uh, and which, I mean, I don't know if we'll cover this necessarily this episode or whatever. Maybe later down the line we'll do like a full blown one. But I know you had mentioned talking about like the union non-union thing, and like my
Yeah.
dad has even said, you know, that would be a good topic to cover. Like, we don't hate y'all, man. We don't.
Oh, we want better for you.
Yeah, we want you to join us so we can all collectively make more money, and
Yeah.
that we'll explain the in depth of that at a later date. But it really is. It really is more. The
It's
only people I
beneficial to
have a
everybody.
problem with is, it's like somebody that comes over to the union and then it's jumping back and forth. Like I feel like it's taking food off our table, But like we
Yeah,
want
you
you
can't be
to do
double
better.
breasted.
Like we want you to do better. Like come on, if you do your part, we are going to take care of you. Like there's no doubt about it. Uh, so like I feel like over time we need to maybe cushion that a little bit between the union and the non-union side because like I've got some buddies that came over from the non-union side. Kyle Howard, we call him Cowboy. Uh,
Okay.
he came from LPR, jam up ironworker, man. I love working with the guy. And he came over because he saw the benefits of it. Somebody explained it to him, and he was open minded enough to be like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. You know what I mean? And he ended up liking it. Still here. He actually joined when we were doing the Toyota Mazda down in Madison. Um,
Okay.
Tyler White, he's another one that came over from the non-union side, and I mean, working dude, man, working dude. He does good, and like at some point, I feel like people, even in the union, there's other people in the union that are kind of hard headed about it, but like the proof is in the pudding. There's good hands on both sides. You know what I mean? You can't
Oh yeah.
trash talk the other side and just be like it's straight trash, like it's because it's not. Uh,
Didn't Swain
but
come over?
Swain came from the non-union side, yeah.
Yep. Brian
There's a
Swain.
lot of
Very.
them, man. A lot of good hands that came over. They saw what we had to offer. And they came in. They done a good job. As long as you do your job, I mean, that's a wrap, dude. You got it.
Yeah. Put your belt on, keep your head down. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's I mean, that's all we did in Memphis. And dude, I'm not gonna lie. I think we got our crew. I think we got away with a lot. I think if
Oh,
it was,
dude.
I think if it was anybody else and they were slugging up, they would have been gone a long time ago.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
but I mean, you can't help it when we're setting fucking piece count records, 137 a day. You know what I mean? Like, come on, come on. And then setting the stairs. We set those stairs a week and a half early. That they weren't
hmm
expecting us to get it done that fast. You know what I mean?
And we done it
So
while really hung over.
extremely hungover.
So hung over, dude.
Like, so what? We set the first two stringers, and then the rest of them were just like,
That was the day after my birthday. That was July
it was.
15th of that year. Uh, because we went to Red Bones over in Jackson,
Dude, I
Tennessee.
wish I would have made it. I honestly do. I wish I would have made it. I would have been in such worse. I would have been in worse shape than you. I would have been in the same shape as you guys. But
Yeah, everybody was buying me drinks that night, so like, yeah, I was pretty tore up. It was Sean's fault. He's the one that started it. Shout out,
did
Sean.
he?
Uh, yeah, he's like, oh, it's your birthday, don't worry about it. And then of course Ronnie jumps in, and then Mike,
Yeah.
and yeah, so
Yeah. I
it
felt
ended
bad that I
up.
didn't make it out that way.
Don't worry about it. There was plenty of other nights where we did the same exact thing.
Yeah, that is very, very accurate. You, I think all five of us, right? Me, you, Ronnie, Mikey, and Q, we all went down to Memphis a couple times and got tuned up.
hmm
The live music and the food, bro, that was, oh, God,
I
that
think
was a good time.
honestly though, some of the most fun times that I had was probably messing around over there at the pyramid. We went up to the top of the pyramid and ate and drank a little bit and
Oh, yeah.
looking over that muddy river
I had a good ass steak up there, dude.
was killer.
Oh, yeah. I think I got a New York strip over at the what was that called? The
Is it the Lookout Grill?
Lookout. Yeah,
I think
the
it's the
Lookout.
Lookout.
Oh, dude. So I went again. So remember when I was talking to you when I was over in at Toyota, Mississippi, in
hmm Was it
Tupelo,
two in Blue Springs? Yeah.
Blue Springs. Yep, yep, just outside of Tupelo. So we went back. Amanda flew down, and we went back, and we went up there, and we had a couple drinks. Uh, I took a couple of the other guys that I was with then, and getting home was a struggle.
hmm
But yeah, we walked all the way up and down. Beale. We walked up and down Beale. We got some food. We got some barbecue. Um, Beggs wanted mac and cheese, so we had to find the kid mac and cheese. Dude, I swear, I'm not kidding you. We went to like 4 different restaurants, and I'm like, listen, we got to try this place. And so we went there, we ate down, and we sat down, we ordered our food and everything. He goes, they ain't got mac and cheese. I'm like, bro, it, mac and cheese is mac and cheese. Like, you can't, you know what I mean? Like, it's the same here as it is there, blah, blah, blah. We ended up over at BB King's,
Hmm.
and he got his mac and cheese, and he's like, oh, this hit the spot. I'm like, dude, you're such a child. Such a child. But yeah, that was a good day too. It was kind of overcast and cold that day, but whatever.
Well, bring up another topic here. So I was going to run this year. We had elections or
Yeah.
nominations. We had nominations uh, last week, and I was going to run, but due to traveling, I decided not to run because if I'm not around to do the job, I don't feel like it's a position that I need right now.
What were you gonna run for?
Well, I got nominated for a few things, but or well, let me take that back. I talked to people before the meeting, and they were
Okay.
going to nominate me because they had just told
Oh,
me like, "Hey, I'm going to nominate you for this." Like, "Oh, you're good with that, whatever." And I was like, "Well, I would be, but like, there's a lot of traveling that's going to be involved, so no." But I did end up taking a spot as one of the judges, so we'll be dealing with the ballots and stuff.
okay.
Um, I'll have to look back at that date, but we got that coming up, and yeah, so I kind of brought that up to tell people be more involved. Like anybody that's in the local, be more involved if you can. Like if you're out of town, it is what it is. You're boomed out, like you got to make a living. But if you are home and you're able, like people need to go. It's became a problem that a lot of halls struggle with. People get in, they get comfortable, they just pay their dues, and then they just don't do nothing else. They'll go to work, go home,
Yeah.
and like it takes everybody collectively. You
I ain't
know,
gonna
like
lie, dude. I did that shit. I got through my apprenticeship, then I got on the road, and I was like, I don't really care that much. But and then like the last 2 years, I kind of like, what's really going on? You know what I mean?
mm,
Started brushing up on the Constitution, started brushing up on the bylaws, started brushing up on patterns for our wage allocations. You know what I mean? Shit like that. See the movers and see who was doing what and what e-board members were talking and what ones weren't, and all the BAs and who they were associated. You know what I mean? So
mhm.
I mean, it's a mini government basically.
Yeah, I mean, it
Um,
changes your perspective on everything when you start
it
looking
does.
into it. Makes you care a little bit more because, like, you kind of get an understanding. Be like, if this system fails
We're fucked.
because we don't care to go and be a part, it's our fault and we can't be mad about it.
So we
So
have
like,
a little
people need to
over
go.
2,000 active members, right? Uh, on our wage allocation, and I believe our bylaw vote as well. I believe we only had a little over 160 some guys vote. We have over 2,100 active members. Last numbers that I looked at,
Dang.
and I mean, you can look it up. It's on the OELP something something government site. You can look up all of our numbers, active, honorary, retirees. You know what I mean? And yeah, for me to see that we had essentially 10% show
Yeah.
up, like that's embarrassing.
Yeah. What is it like? So, well, I think it's different local to local. Ours, I believe the number is you got to have 17 people total to be able to have a meeting. And there's been times where we have had 17 people show up. Like
Yeah,
just enough to have the meeting. Uh,
yeah, I'm not sure
now,
about that. I'd have to
yeah,
look into that
that's
more.
that's our number. I need to look into it more, but like all I know is I've heard Jeb and them say that before. Um, and it's like, dang, man. Like, me being out of town, like a lot, I don't know what's really going on back home. So, I've just, how it is. You get out of town, you're working a lot of hours, you get tired, like you don't really call in like you should. So I'm guilty about that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Do you guys have Zoom meetings? Are you
well,
able to
that's what I
Zoom?
was about to say. Like we have gotten to where I think we are using Zoom or Microsoft Teams or something
Okay.
to where like if
Yeah,
people of
same.
office are boomed out, they can still be a part of the meeting, and you'll just be on the Zoom. Uh,
Yeah, that's
now
what
I
you guys
don't
do
know
too.
if that's see, I don't know if that's actually the meeting itself or if that just goes for like the meeting before, like with the executive board and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But we do at least have that, I know, and that does help a lot, But it is still better to be there if you can be,
Oh, absolutely.
you
Shake
know.
hands with the guys too. A lot of the
Yeah.
guys were like, "Oh, dude, how you doing? Where you at? That kind of deal." And I told them what the deal was and everything. But
Even
those guys,
besides the
they
union
like to see
business.
your face. They
Yeah.
they really like to see your face. That goes for any apprentice. Like I know for our local, you have to make 2 meetings a year, right? Not hard. But they want to see that you are engaged, and if you can honestly just bullshit with the guy for
Hmm.
2 or 3 minutes, it makes a lasting impression. Like I met this kid Nick while I was at the meeting last week, and good dude. I didn't get his number, but I do know a guy that knows him. So eventually, at some point, I'll get his number and shoot him a text and talk to him for a minute. But that's all it takes. And oh, you worked on that job. Oh, do you know so and so? And
Hmm.
dude, through the grapevine.
Yeah,
That's
you're just
that's how
making
you get your jobs.
connections, and yeah, like that's how you network. You know what I mean? And like
Yes, it is.
it's a network, it's a family. So people do need to have some sort of unity, and that's what we should use is the union meetings. So uh, I do want to definitely get it out there for anybody watching. Like just go as much as you can go. Go. You're not going to make every one of them. It is what it is.
No,
But I mean, unless you do get one of those stay-at-home jobs that where you can be and that's awesome. Anybody who gets that, don't listen to the naysayers. They're gonna call you a suck ass and you're a company man and all that. Dude, just
nothing's
quit with the
better than
bullshit.
sleeping in your own bed.
Dude, yeah, it's just quit with the bullshit. Like that, most of the time, the people who are saying that don't do dick for the haul anyway. So, you
They're
know
hall
what I mean?
hands. They are
Yeah,
hall hands.
so it is what it
That
is.
they go and sign the book and hope that they can get a phone call
Well,
instead of
when I was in apprenticeship, man, like, so RBA now was my apprenticeship coordinator for
okay.
most of my apprenticeship. And, like, he held our feet to the fire, man. He did, and I
Yeah.
appreciate it. This boy, sometimes he pissed me off so bad. And he knows. He knows, which I was a dick. Dude, I'm telling you, I used to be hell on wheels. And, but,
Yeah.
it was, like, I don't know if it was mandatory, like, per, like, the JETC, but he said you are an apprentice, and if you are working at home, which during that time most of us were, he's like your asses will be at every union meeting. He's like if you're not working, there ain't enough work to keep you busy. If you're a part of this apprenticeship, you will go to the union meeting.
Right.
And there were sometimes, dude, I'd get off work, man, and I'd have like 2 hours that I'd have to be to the meeting, and it was going to take me an hour and 45 minutes to get there. And I was just like, dude, I just don't want to go.
Is
There,
that how
I
far the hall
mean,
is from your house?
no, 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 not from the house, but like, we got a decent sized jurisdiction that we cover. So, like, if I was
Yeah.
working in Huntsville, Alabama,
Oh
I would
fuck.
have to drive, well, it ain't an hour and 45 minutes. What is that? Hour and 10 maybe. But still, there was other places where, like, it was a good drive.
Yeah.
And, like, you just work 10 hours. You don't feel like going and doing that. But I am glad that he did make us do that because, like, now there seems to be there seems to be a trend starting that and it's not just our local. I mean, I think it's every local.
I've
I
seen
feel
the
like
most people in my hall the last couple times, dude. I've never seen that many people at our hall, and yeah, a lot of apprentices, but also a lot of journeymen. And I've never seen those numbers before. We had
Mhm.
probably 40 or 50 guys at our last meeting.
Well, we start like our legacy starts with every apprentice. You know, like
Yeah,
if the
absolutely.
JATC programs get to the point where they're so lax that they're just breeding out, these I'm just going to say it, soft iron workers, and ones that don't feel like they have obligations to that local that puts food on their table. You know what I mean? Like we're in trouble.
Oh
We'll be
yeah,
in trouble. That's the legacy. You know, I'm paying into the retirees that are already here, just like you. And any other iron worker, and with our work assessments and our dues, and like it's a system that we have to uphold. And like
yeah,
those apprentices coming in are going to pay for mine and yours.
yeah,
So anybody that's a union iron worker or union in general, anybody that's just union in general, but like specifically our case, iron workers locals, you you really need to bring those apprentices up right, and it's going to be rough. Like you need to be a little bit rough on them, you know, like their feet they do need to be held to the fire, and
yeah.
like even we don't have it as bad as the guys did 20 years ago or 30 years ago, but
No,
it does come to a point where like an old saying that my grandfather told me years ago was like good times make soft people make good times, or bad times create tough people, or something like that, and then the cycle kind of restarts.
yeah.
So, like, I mean, who's to know when the bad times are, what we could consider, or I'm sure everything could always get worse. But basically, saying like
Oh,
union iron
that's all
workers as a
subjective.
whole, like we just, I feel like there's a little bit of improvement that we could do as journeymen to, train up apprentices better, because there's been times where I've just lost my shit, dude, and just absolutely went off on apprentices and didn't really have, you know what I mean? Like I was just doing it just because I needed to get something off my chest, and like we're all guilty of it. You know what I mean?
Dude, it happens.
So when I say be hard on them, I'm not talking about pointlessly be hard on them. Like, you know,
Right.
we're gonna teach, we're gonna show, like, train them to be journeyman ironworkers and craftsmen of the trade.
Yeah,
Or
mold them into who they need to be.
exactly right, and part of that is like, hey, you're going to the union meetings. You need to
Yep.
learn. You know, um, I feel like that's something that we all definitely need to like do. Just be more diligent about.
Oh, I agree.
But it also goes to
Iron
journeyman too now.
iron sharpens iron, dude.
Yeah, it does every time. And like, you know what I mean? Like we got to do it as journeyman too, because there's gonna be times where I'm like, dude, I just don't wanna. I just don't wanna.
Yeah. Dude, especially after a long day in the summer, you're cooked. It's like I just want to go home. I want to grab a
Mhm.
shower or lay in my pool or grab a cold beer or whatever. You know what I mean? Just want to relax. Those are the
Yeah.
worst ones.
Anyway, I know we kind of got off in left field on that, but like we can have a full
No, you're good.
episode on that at some other point. But
No, you're good. Uh, so your your dad is still active president then?
so he is active president right now, but uh, he did recently decide that he is going to step down from the position due to just just stuff. Like I'm not going to just go on about on here, you know what I mean? But
Oh
he
no, you're
made
good.
he made the conscious decision to do that. So sucks. It was, he's done a really great job as president. But
Dude,
we
I'm
got a
glad
new
I got
one
to meet
coming
him.
in that's going to be just as good. Like he's a solid guy. It's actually our organizer, but he's really good dude too. Good iron worker. So
I'd like to
yeah,
sit down with both those guys, dude. Either separately or
yes.
together. I think that would be a good one.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like together would be the way to go.
Yeah.
With those guys, like they're so. I mean, most of what I learned as an iron worker, I learned from my dad. And I mean, you got to think though. I mean, I'm a fourth generation iron worker, so like it's just been drilled in my head my whole life. Like it's all I've ever
Right.
heard. Um, Not drilled. I don't want it to sound negative. It ain't been drilled in my head in a negative way, because like ultimately that was how we made our living as a family of iron workers. You know, Dad did tell me consider my options, but I
He warned
decided
you
to
that, eh?
do it, and it's paid off. It's still paying off, and you just got to stay diligent and keep going, and eventually it will get to where you look back and you're like, man, like that's the legacy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Life has become what my hands and back have made it. You know, uh, but yeah. Anyway, like those guys would be great to have together. I've already mentioned something to him about it. Dad said he
Okay.
is game for it.
Hell
Uh,
yeah.
Eddie, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he said, yeah, he did. He said he'd be up for it too. And I was like, that's going to be an episode to where it could potentially be a multi-part series there too, because like Eddie's got an incredible amount of knowledge about
Yeah,
everything that has to
let's
do
do it.
with the trade, and
Let's fucking do it.
like he could really cover some awesome points and educate people in like depths that you wouldn't normally get. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I feel like there's a lot of people that in the past. I'm not going to say names or nothing, but like there's just been people in the past that have gotten positions in the locals all over the country that maybe didn't have the knowledge that they should have had, like potentially, like would have
Right.
really strong suits about what they were doing, but also lack on that. And I can honestly say that my buddy Eddie, I'm not going to give the last name right now until he gets on, but I feel like Eddie is the most. He's probably one of the most knowledgeable people I've ever talked to about the union in general. Like he's one of those guys like he owes the union everything,
Yeah.
and has done a really good job for our hall. So, and Dad also is very knowledgeable. I mean, he's been doing it a long time. I can't remember. I don't remember if he may be over his 30 years. I think he's over his 30-year mark. So, I mean, you got that much time in, like you're gonna know some stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not only about the union side of like, just the like as the hall and like bylaws, constitution, like everything that we uphold and stuff, but also just, and I know this is biased because he's my dad, but like there's a lot of people that'll back me up on this too. One
Hey,
of the
from
best
what?
iron workers potentially in the country,
Yeah.
you know.
From what I know, having met your dad, having talked to your dad, having worked under him for a hot minute, and then swapping in and out when they needed guys, nothing but respectful and knowledgeable about everything. He was
Yeah,
very tentative to like even help us out, with whatever we needed. Um, I think that was I'd only been I just started doing like running actual raising gangs things when I got down there. You know what I mean? So I was still learning a lot, but he taught me a lot, and
yeah.
it's
Didn't
not
you work
lost.
on for him for a little while?
Yeah, I did,
That's
and
what I was
then
saying.
I don't remember who came back. Someone came back and goes, "Hey, you're in my spot," and I was like,
Yeah, I ain't gonna say no names. I know who you're talking about.
"My bad, dude. I didn't know. Like, I just I've been at home. I came back. This was the crew that I was in. I just figured that I was in this crew. Blah blah blah." He's like, "Nope." I think I was jumping it around for like 2 weeks, and then me, you, Mike, Ronnie, and Sean all got hooked up with little
Yeah,
Scotty, and
yeah, yeah.
that was a wrap.
Dude, Nate came around that day. We were bolting up. We were on the electrode end of the building, and dude, I was. It was like it was a godsend, is what it was. I absolutely was having a horrible
Yeah.
day. And I'd been telling Sean, I'm like, dude, like we've been jumped around so much, dude. Like I'm, it sucks to be jumped around a lot and never
Oh
just
yeah.
be able to get in the groove with something, you know?
Yeah. That's how I felt those 2 weeks, dude. Hey,
Hmm.
you're in this one. All right. All my tools are over here, so I gotta go get them real quick.
Yeah, yeah. And then it might be 2 days and you're somewhere else, you know? And like
Yeah.
just dragging it around and constantly having to like regroup. I was not in a good, I was just not in a good mood that day. Nate came over and it was me, Ronnie. No, who was it?
No,
Oh,
Ronnie wasn't there yet. He left for a
Ronnie wasn't
minute.
there yet. Yeah, it was, I can't remember the guy's name. He was out of Peoria, Illinois, and there was one other guy. Anyway, Sean hollered up there. He was standing next to Nate. He's like, "Hey, come down. You got your wish." And I was like, they laying me off? Like, finally, damn. So I was just so pissed off that day. And got to the ground. He's like, we're the new raising gang. They just had a whole raising gang drag up. And I was like, oh, dude, yes, thank you, Lord. So we went down there and building the Walmart, is what we called it. And all the just Collins
Yeah,
Bar,
dude.
Collins
All
Bar
that
Joys.
bar joys.
But it was fun though. It was fun. I actually sent you some of the pictures. I don't, bring them up or whatever. But
Yep. I got
me
a
and
couple.
Mike are the ones hanging it in those pictures. Um,
Yep.
old Mikey. But yeah, we
I
got
think
down there
at
and got
that point, me and
started.
Ronnie were hooking on. We got rid of that other guy.
Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name. He
We
wasn't a
went
bad
through a
hand.
couple
He
guys.
just yeah yeah
Uh,
we did. I don't really know, man. Everybody like it seemed like it was always the one guy that we would get. Like everybody else in the crew was just vibing. But
yeah.
then that one guy would just be like, "Well, y'all being so fun for," And I'm like, "Get out of here, dude! Like we're just having a good time, and all life is good now, you know."
Yeah. Don't yuck our yum, dude. We got a crane. Like,
Yeah, like this is our bread and butter, bro. This is what we do. So yeah, we finally got you and Ronnie down there on the ground, and everything just started clicking. And
dude, I remember the first day I met Ronnie, and that motherfucker didn't say 3 words of English, and I was like, "This is not gonna fucking work. This is not gonna fucking work.
and
I can't do it."
yeah, and the
And
3 words of English he did say, it was a struggle to understand. I'm sure.
it was so bad. No disrespect, Ronnie. I love you to death. But he was, dude. So then it came down to basically aquí, allí, allá, like here, there, and over there, and then uno, dos, tres, cuatro, over there, and that was it. Like that's all we spoke for like the first 2 weeks that we were out there working together. And, dude, I tried teaching him English, and I think he gathered as we all progressed. But he tried teaching me Spanish, and it
I mean,
just
he did. I mean, I know he did speak pretty decent English. So just adjusting
oh
to the
so
accent,
broken. It was so
adjusting to the
broken.
accent.
Oh, the accent was thick as hell. Oh my
Yeah,
god, dude.
he's gotten better now. You're Americanized now, fucker.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah,
he
yeah. You are.
then he tried teaching me how to speak Spanish, and that was absolutely horrific. It was terrible.
Your accent. Your accent. You want to talk about accents?
Yeah, it was bad. It was not good. I got to where I could order 3 Pastor tacos and a beer, and that was it.
That's all you needed.
That's the only thing I retained out of all that he taught me. But yeah, and old Sean, my cuz, he was running the raising gang that job, and dude, it was great. It was great. I know there were some days he wanted to just bring in a gun and just shoot all of us in the head. I know that there was. Because if we, like, I don't remember really anybody laying out a lot. But, because, I
No.
mean, we were there most of the time, but we might not been in real good shape when we got there. We were so hungover. Everybody's just leaned up in column holes, man. I don't know how many column holes I threw up in. Uh, it was terrible. And
We
I
were
could just
feeding the
see it
stray
all
dogs,
over him,
dude.
dude. Yeah.
We were out there feeding the stray dogs. That's all we were doing.
Oh my God, it was. I luckily I don't drink anymore. I have quit that,
Yeah.
and I feel so much better. Go figure.
How long you been
Uh,
sober?
uh probably I would say probably it's 3 or 4 months since I've no 3 months. I would say right at 3 months since I've had a drink.
Okay.
But the bad drinking has been almost 2 years.
Yeah.
But
Since
I
your
got to
birthday, hey?
where it was like, well, that was almost 4 years ago, wasn't it? Yeah, it was almost.
2023.
So it was three. It was 3.5. Yeah, three. I think it was three.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause,
April will be 3 years.
April will be 3 years. I don't know why I was thinking. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. Yeah, so it'll be 3 years in because Lakin was just born not long
Yes.
before
I
that.
remember
Yeah.
you going home for that.
Well,
And
no,
then
that
going
was
home every
that
other
was
weekend.
Vic. That was towards the end of the job. Lakin was born already when I had came out.
Oh,
Uh,
oh, oh.
yeah. No, Vic was born at the end of that job. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So the bad drinking, it had to quit. Like it got out of hand, and I still would indulge a little bit, but not just crazy, you know.
Yeah.
And I finally just a couple months ago, man, I got to the point where I was like, man, I don't even know why I'm spending money on this. Like, yeah, it's nice to have one or two after work, but like, it's not even doing anything for me for real. Like, it's just a mental thing at this point.
Yeah, I got
I
you.
was like, I don't even need to spend money on that, you know. And this right here, believe it or not, like this is like I've had a hard time with the cigarettes and stuff, but like just smoking. That's it. Just nicotine.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing I've ever had to quit, and that's the one thing I still struggle with. So ultimately, a lot of improvement.
Good. Good.
But
You did you dip, didn't you, for a while?
I mean, I dipped for like probably 12, 13 years, but I'd already quit by the time I've been quit on that for a pretty good while.
Yeah. I remember that conversation.
It was terrible. Yeah, because I started young, so
So
mom
who
found it, whooped my ass like that young.
ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. Dude, I remember getting drunk in high school. We go to like field parties, bonfires, throw pallets on the fire, diesel, all that shit. And I'd call my parents in the morning. And my mom's like, "Oh, looks like we got a lot of yard work to do today." And I'm like, "I just want to go to bed." She goes, "Nope, you're gonna mow the grass, you're gonna weed whack, and then you can go take a nap." I'm like, "Oh." So dude, I was, I don't know, 15, 16 years old, puking in the yard, mowing the grass,
It
sweating
builds
out
character.
all of the beer that I drank. Oh my God, it was
Yep.
so terrible.
It builds really good character though. My dad, he just quit. He quit whooping my ass once I was in high school, and I'd come home drunk, or I'd call him and be like, "Dad, I'm drunk. I can't drive," or whatever.
Yeah.
And he just quit whooping my ass because the hangover and getting sick and alcohol poisoning was plenty of punishment enough. He would just sometimes he would just stand there. I'd hit the floor, couldn't stand up, whatever. You know, I'd be laying in the living room floor. He'd just be like, "Yeah, how's that feel? Does it feel good? Do you like that?"
he
I'm
was
like,
he,
uh,
he was so soft about it too, dude. He said the same shit to oh, I can't remember what that guy's name was. He said something along the lines of it must be really hard to be as stupid as you. Uh these this kid sent we'd been doing the same thing over and over and over again. And this kid sent those braces, the big two braces. He sent three of them in a row backwards, and your dad come over and something to that effect. I can't remember the phrase that he used exactly, but it was basically it must be really really hard to be stupid as you. Like I was I just I put my head in the pick list and I walked away because I was gonna lose my shit.
yeah, no, Dad ain't always been that calm. There was a
I believe
time
it.
where he was pretty hot headed, you know.
Well, he's seasoned. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, all
Yeah,
right.
no,
So
I
you're fourth
caught the
generation,
majority
though.
of those. I caught the majority of those ass chewings, by the way. There was a other lucky few that did, but yeah, I caught a
Yeah,
lot of those.
I caught a lot of ass whoopings too. I remember my mom smashing my. I had a boombox with two speakers, two cassette player, and a 5 disc CD player on top. Most of the people aren't even gonna know what I'm talking about, but anyway, she took it out right outside my bedroom window. I think I had bad grades on my report card or whatever, and grabbed one of our bats and just started crushing it. And at first I was shocked, and I was like, oh fuck, she's mad. You know what I mean? And then I started laughing because I didn't buy it. Like, and that made her more mad. That
Yeah,
was
yeah, it usually
that
does.
was not.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, pieces. I was picking up pieces. I think for 2 days, and then it was all over the driveway. You know what I mean? All in the yard. I had to go through the yard and pick up all the pieces, so I wouldn't throw anything at a car or whatever else. But
Yeah, that was I did one of those smart ass things one time. Dad would whoop my ass with a belt or something. I finally got to the point where I was old enough to like it just really didn't hurt. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I turned around, I was like, "Is that all? I mean, is that all you got?" And and let me just go ahead and tell you, it was not all he had. It was in fact not all he had. He went to the barn, and
Oh,
what it felt like getting hit with a damn 2x10. Okay, but he made a paddle, and I think some of you damn apprentices need this. But he made a paddle out of an oak board. Had a nice smooth handle on it. It was about, I don't know, that wide and probably 12, 14 inches long, and it probably weighed
yeah.
a good pound and a half. Good solid white oak. And I ended up getting that same day. And I was screaming, son. It was rough. I thought he broke my pelvis, like my ass bone and all, like everything just rocked. I was like, no, that's not all you had. Okay, mad respect. I'll not be a dumbass again.
How many licks did he get in?
Dude, he hit me one time and I folded like a wet rag.
That's so bad, dude. I
Yeah, it's
honestly, I think even though we're older and we're grown, and then our parents are, kind of older and crippled, and dude, I think they'd still beat my ass for sure.
oh well, go don't get it twisted now. So my dad, he's 53, 54. He's 53 or 54. I can't remember exactly. I know he's right there somewhere. Anyway, he's in better shape than me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hands down, way good
Does
shape.
he have a gym at his house?
I mean, he's got like a small workout place. Yeah, like like he's living super healthy and like
Yeah.
avid hiker now. Goes hiking all the time. Has gotten me into it. Uh, no, he can outwork just about anybody he comes across still, and he's close to retirement. So
Yeah, I believe it.
yeah, no, don't get it twisted. He still beat my ass.
You're a big motherfucker too.
Yeah, yeah. My dad's what, like 5'10", maybe.
Something like that.
Yeah,
He's about as tall as me.
yeah. No, he'd crawl all over me. But anyway, yes, I didn't mean to cut you off earlier. What was you asking?
Fourth generation.
Yes.
How many? So you work with your dad. You work with, is that your uncle then, your dad's brother?
Yeah. So
And then your grandpa and
well,
your
my
great grandpa, right?
grandfather, the whole legacy of it is. So I don't know much about my great grandfather because I
Okay.
mean he passed away a long time ago. But to the best of my knowledge, he was the original that got into. I think it was Halifax, Nova Scotia, because my dad's side of the family's all from Maine. So
Oh, okay.
uh, they got into Halifax, Nova Scotia. I'm not sure the original year, but it was back there. And then my grandfather got in, and then he worked for a long time. And then, of course, my dad, my uncle Joe, my uncle Jim. Uh, let's see. Everybody is. It's my great grandfather, my grandfather, dad, Uncle Joe, Uncle Jim, Uncle Tiny, my cousin Sean, Sean's
Yeah.
dad,
Okay.
Walter, me, and my cousin, or well, he wasn't brother-in-law. Anyway, we won't get into that, but it still great iron worker. Think world of you. I actually want to have him on here at some point too. But Charles, um, so like collectively there was 10 of us total in the
Okay.
family.
And those are all Langlois?
No, the only Langloises was my grandfather, great grandfather, dad, Uncle Joe, and me.
Yeah.
But
So I'm gonna post this picture up, but the picture where you're standing with three other guys in front of the bridge. Who's all that in your picture?
okay, so that was my very first job.
Okay.
I was fresh 18. Uh, less than a month I'd been 18 and got sent out. And Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, 64 bypass next to the Shoal Creek Dam. We were building the new bypass there. We put the bridges up on it, and so if you look at the picture, if I can remember right without swiping off here, it is on the far left is my Uncle Joe, and then
Okay.
it's me, and then my dad, and then my grandfather,
Okay. And all you
who's
guys worked on
also
that bridge
Joe.
together, or your grandpa was retired, right?
Well, my grandfather had been retired for a long time, but he came up there so we could take the picture. But I was working with my dad and my uncle on that
Okay.
job. Uh,
Yeah, I'll add. I'm gonna add that to the video. But that's a badass picture, dude.
oh, dude, that's like one of my favorite pictures of all time. Like, there's a lot of legacy standing there. A lot of people that ain't from the trades, like they're just not gonna understand. You know what I mean? But like people
Yeah.
who are from the trades, like there's a lot of years right there, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that's went into doing what we're doing that day. You know, on that job.
A lot of
Uh,
knowledge right there, dude. That's a lot of fucking knowledge in those years. I'm
yeah.
I'm assuming your grandfather was still using a rivet gun and hot rivets.
I think he got in right after that era, but it wasn't long
Okay.
before that. Wasn't long. Now my great grandfather for sure was on a rivet gang,
Yeah.
but and I can't remember. I'm gonna have to talk to Dad to get some of the facts. We're gonna do a little bit more digging. I
Okay.
think it would be sweet if we could figure out his book number, like the first Langlois book number, because it's got to be low. You know,
Yo, your great grandfather in Nova Scotia should have a book number, no?
that's what I mean. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like the original Langlois book number that started it all. I've actually considered getting in touch with the Halifax Hall and just simply do some digging on him. You know what I mean?
That'd be
Also, my
badass.
grandfather Joe, Joe Langlois, unfortunately, there's two people in that picture that are no longer with us. Uh, that was that was two pretty rough deaths to have to deal with. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, of course, Grandpa was old. You know what I mean? He lived a long life, and uh, so that one wasn't as out of left field, but was definitely. I'm not going to say either one was any harder or less harder to deal with. You know what I mean? Because like I looked up to both of them.
Right.
But you know, my grandfather passing away, like when Dad was on the road all those years, I was homeschooled for 8, 9 years.
That explains a lot.
So it does. Uh, but see, Grandpa had retired when I was like 4 or 5.
Okay.
So uh,
You retire out of Sheffield?
he did retire out of Sheffield. Yeah, he transferred in. I think it was back in the '90s, maybe '80s or '90s.
So he's the first one out of Sheffield then,
He's
and
the
then you're
first one out of Sheffield. Yeah.
you're the third. Oh
Well,
yeah.
third Langlois,
Right.
not third out of the whole family,
Right.
but yeah, that when Dad was on the road all those years, like I was with my grandfather every day, all day, every day, and he's the one that taught me how to weld. I started learning how to weld when I was 7. I'd be out there fixing bush hogs and farm equipment and stuff, and taught me how to build things. You know what I mean? Kind of gave me a good common sense and like a knowledge of just like how to work with your hands. You know, and he grew up probably right towards the end of the depression, but I mean that was still rough for
Yeah.
years after the Great Depression, and like
Oh yeah.
they
That'd
grew up
correct itself.
they grew up pretty poor for a long time, and so I mean when you're with somebody like that every day, like you learn how to build like pretty amazing things out of nothing. Like you can take nothing and just build stuff. So I was really blessed to get to work and just be raised around somebody like that. So when
Right.
he passed away, that was rough. That was hands down up to that point. Like that was the hardest death that I'd had to deal with. Just because there was so much knowledge that left with him, and there were so many memories. You know, it sucked. That was a bad time in life. And then Uncle Joe, that fall, it was the fall later that following year. Uncle Joe, we got a call. I was working in, oh, let's see, I think I was working in Newport News, Virginia at the shipyards. I was pushing a crew I was GF actually with ASCO. Got a call that Uncle Joe was in Texas on his way to work and ran off the road. And they said he was probably gone before he ever hit the tree because he never hit the brakes. So just health problems got him. But
Damn.
God rest his soul as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of knowledge went with him too. Like just been all over the country, done a lot of awesome stuff. So unfortunately, out of that picture, there are two that are not with us, but they're looking down, and I feel like they're pretty proud of the ironworking legacy that we've all been able to carry on. So it really helps.
Yeah, dude. I mean, your dad's the fucking president.
Yeah, and he's like Dad is he's just as knowledgeable. You know what I mean? If not, maybe a little bit more in a lot of the senses of how the trade has kind of transformed over the years.
Right.
Um, and very level-headed. Like
Very.
his temper has went almost to nothing. Like he can still, everybody can still get mad, but like Dad's got to that point now where like he's like very level-headed and can like he can just assess situations and has this really crazy way of just seeing things way out before they happen on the job. You know what I mean? Like he'd be like, just as an example, he'd be like, we don't need to put the crane here. I see why y'all are doing it, but this is why I say this. And it'll be like way down the line. I'm talking about after all the irons hung and like we may have to set frame units or something on the building or, stuff that has to go in on the roof, whatever.
Right.
Like that far ahead. And he'd be like, we won't be able to reach this, or this. And you're not going to be able to get the boom angle once this building's hung out if you set that crane right there. And everybody else is like, no, man, it'd be fine. There's 240 and 40. It's got 15-degree offset. It's good. It's good. It's a 2250. No, no, it's you need to listen because he sees it. I'm telling you, I used to irritate this dude. It used to irritate the shit out of me because just I've been pretty hard headed over the years, and I would see stuff and I would see it my way. I'd be like,
Yeah.
I just feel like this. We just got to do it this way, and he'd be like, No, dumbass, this is why we need to do this, and I need you to listen. And then every time I go to do it my way, and it would never work. So
Right.
I finally got to the point where I was like, what do we need to do? But
Well, we need.
it's paid
We gotta
off.
listen to
So
Dad. It's funny, dude. But
I'm looking forward to having them on here though, for real, because
yeah, I'm excited for this.
they'll bring a whole new edge to to any kind of topics that we would have to do with on the job or in the union hall itself or anything. So I think it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I think I got lucky in being able to start out with a BA candidate uh with Justin. He's on my job right now, and he's just a cool dude. He's a steward out there, and I'm still learning more about him every day out on the job site. But he's a pretty cool dude.
Well,
Um, I
and
wanted to sit down with the other guy that's running against him, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen.
I mean, hey, you get what you get sometimes, but I think that's a pretty good lick. You know, uh, Kind of gives a better insight on certain things that you wouldn't be able to get from just
Yeah.
hands, you know.
I think one of the things that was beneficial to me was like thinking to myself to reach out to our membership and see if they wanted to ask him any questions. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because that's who he's going to represent. He's going to represent the membership. He's going to represent the guys from local 25, predominantly in the downriver area, but amongst all of us throughout the hall. So uh, that I think that was beneficial too because he gave us some insight there too. And he wasn't. I mean, you're not either, but he wasn't afraid to admit that he had an alcohol and drug problem. And I
Hmm.
think transparency is 100% where you need to be. That way, someone can't use it against you later on down the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, yeah, you're right. It's just like it is what it is. It happened. People know it happened.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I may have been good at hiding it. Other times I was definitely not. Like,
Dude, you hid it from
so
me and you fucking lived in my house.
yeah, but that also wasn't like the worst of my days. It was pretty mild comparatively to what I was previously. But anybody, look, man, anybody that says that they ain't never struggled with something, it doesn't always have to be drugs. I mean, it could be eating. You know what I mean? It could be
Yeah.
vaping. It doesn't have to be blow or pills, or anything like that. Alcohol. Like everybody struggles with something. So
Yeah.
like ultimately, people need to quit judging other people on that. Like if as long as you're able to like make the proper changes and see it for what it is and just kind of accept, hey man, like I'm being a dumbass. I need to quit. Like this is not good. You know, and a lot of it just comes to maturing. You just got to mature and like just admit you're wrong. So like that's the hardest part. Like if you ever get past that denial stage, like you've got it whooped. It's just you got to stay diligent with it. So I know that'll come later on in our episodes, but
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. Anybody that says that they haven't, I mean, in my experience, is a liar. Anybody I'm just gonna say it, like it may
No,
piss
you're
some
you're
people off, but you know, it's
better to
just
be blunt than not.
it is. I mean, it is what it is. Like everybody struggles with something, so
Yeah.
and it
Um,
has cost. It's cost a lot. The high cost of living ain't as high as the cost of living high. Is that how that song goes? There's a country song about it, but it's absolutely right.
yeah.
Uh, it's way higher to live high than it is just to have the regular cost of living. So just work, make your living, and stay away from all the other crap.
Yeah. It's out there. And that's I mean it's out there. You're gonna find it, no matter what. Um, I dabbled for a while, um, with you guys and dude, it's been a minute.
Hmm.
Um, do you miss the feeling? Yeah, sure. But is it beneficial to your life and what's going on around you? And no, it's not.
And
It's
see that
a
that's a topic too, man. Like it's so subjective, person to person.
yes.
Like it is, it's different. Like my what I have to say, like there's going to be people that are going to relate. There's also going to be people that are like, oh no, that's not how it is. Well, it wasn't how it was for you. You know what I mean? Because like
Everybody's body chemical is different.
everything's different. Like for me, it got to the point where I wasn't even doing it to be high. I was doing it to function. You know what I mean? Like, and that's a
Yeah.
problem. That's a real problem. Uh,
Yeah, that's where it's a crutch.
like that's just so you can get out of bed and go to work. You know what I mean? Like once you
Yeah.
get to that point, like it's for real. Because like the high goes away. You keep chasing a dragon, but it's never the same once you get to that point. So.
No, it's not. Once you get to the one that you want you're like, oh, I can get there again.
And then and then you go up, and unfortunately the trades are pretty eat up with it, and I know we'll
Yeah.
cover it later on in some other episodes, but like I feel like we need to start doing a little bit more outreach to people, maybe, you know, do some sort of charity that, is a little bit more helpful, a little bit more accessible to people in the trades. all
Yeah,
trades, and that's
absolutely.
union and non-union. I don't like. I'm not like we're not gonna just be like, oh well, you ain't got a book number, so go overdose. Like no, that's not where we're.
At that
For
point,
everybody.
it's a morality thing. At that point, right? We want everybody to succeed and everybody to be healthy and happy, but
Yeah, like I agree. I
there's a
feel
way
like
out.
there is. There's always a way out. Like the mental health part, the drug addiction, like everything. There's a way out, and it's not easy.
It's
It's
not.
not easy, but it's possible. Like even when you think there's nowhere left to go, like just be surrounded by 10 million people, dude, and just feel like you are by yourself. Like it's not impossible. So I feel like later on, me and you will get together on figuring out some things, but like
Yeah.
we need to make it more user friendly, more like easier for people to access it. And I want to mainly target people in the trades because I mean you've seen it like with drug addiction, depression,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know, like the suicide rate has went through the roof, man, and it doesn't have to, you know.
No, it doesn't. And
Because like
that's
I've been there myself. I've been there in the past. Like where
yeah,
you're like, man, if I just wasn't here no more, I feel like the world would be better off. And the scary part is like there's times where you truly believe it. You do truly believe it, and it's sad.
yeah.
So being that I've been there multiple times, I for one want to do more for other people because like I've finally gotten the help that I've been needing for a while, and there's been changes here recently that I've needed. That people just need to realize like it's nothing to be ashamed of. You know, it could be as simple as just swapping to a medication that helps level you, and it's not addictive. Like it's not habit forming. It's just one little thing that your brain was missing, and that's all you needed. There's no shame in it.
No.
So, like on another episode, we'll get together. I'm gonna tell my whole story. Uh,
Yeah.
Also, for people right now, I mean, we're already talking about it, so this is not sponsored. This is just personal experience. I've used something called BetterHelp, and like for people in trades that just need to speak to somebody, it's a non-biased standpoint, and it's like they're professionals with it. I know they've had some black eyes in the past, but like things not really. I don't want to like bring it up too much, but like there's loopholes in everything. My personal experience with BetterHelp was great because it got me the introduction into therapy. It gave me a safe place that wasn't relying on drugs. It wasn't relying on alcohol, and it was weird at first, man. It was. So for anybody out there that's struggling, try it out. Like I said, this isn't sponsored. I haven't talked to them at all about
No.
making a video. Like I just simply need people to know. If you don't already know about it, check it out. I'm a big supporter of the BetterHelp community and just everything that they have going on because you can do it all over the phone. You can do it laying in your bed, you know. And for people in the trades, that's a really good tool. You know,
I believe they have a texting option too, don't they?
they have
Texting or phone call.
texting, they have phone call, or you can video call.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, that's
I always just did the phone call myself, uh, but it works because like the first couple times that you do it, it's gonna feel awkward. You're like, man, I'm talking to somebody that don't even know me. You know,
right.
well, first of all, they've got to get to know you. You know what I mean? They've got
And
to
you have to
know
be
how.
honest.
Oh, dude, yeah, yes,
You
have to.
you you have to find honesty. Like so, I've seen a therapist as well in my time, but you need to be honest with yourself and get over the lies that you've been telling yourself for so long. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's
Because
the hardest part.
it builds up, and sometimes you're so far gone that you don't realize that you've been lying so much that it's become truth until you start getting into more sessions, a couple more sessions, and you're like, yeah, kind of made up that whole entire thing, and my mind just went with it and thought that that
Hmm.
was okay.
Yeah,
So
it's a defense mechanism against feeling the shame that you don't want to feel. You know what I mean? So like people need to understand, like, yeah, we're rough, tough iron workers. You can't be tough 24/7, dude.
no,
And we don't expect you to be. You know, so like anybody that's struggling with that, feel free to hit us in the comments because
yes, shoot us a message. Um,
I've
we'll
got
have our
anybody anywhere that
email
we
address
need.
up too.
Yes, hit up Tristan, hit up me. He's going to be putting some email links up.
Yep,
Also, that I have access to. So if anybody has any questions, you want a first-hand experience. I'm not going to say that I'm going to be able to get to everybody, but I'm going to do my best. You know what I'm saying? And we are going to have these videos. We're going to give all the information in the bio or in the description below
yeah,
on
we'll have it in the
how you
description.
can get that help. You know what I mean? Because like it doesn't matter if you're working in Alaska. You know, you don't have to worry about going to your hometown therapist. You can get that help there, and they can
Yep,
work with you on sending any kind of documents to a doctor that you may need, to where you can get any kind of medication that you may need. Uh, and they heavily push non-habit forming. Like I need people to know that like they're not out there to try to get you hooked on some stuff because before I had done that, I ended up getting hooked on some benzos for a while. They were writing me a script of Valium, and I got dependent on them for a little while.
yeah.
Even though it helped me feel better, I was going right back down the same rabbit hole. So we'll cover that later on in depth. But anybody that is struggling, please reach out. So
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, on that point, every iron worker has a story beyond the beams. You've hinted at some challenges along the way for you in your trade, and what's been coming up. We just talked about mental health, drug addiction a little bit. So hopefully we can get some more people to get in on that. Um, our second segment come in next week. We're gonna dig in a little bit deeper and see what you're comfortable with. I'm not gonna push, but I think getting this stone rolling a little bit in tonight, it kind of gets some guys thinking, and hopefully next week we'll have a little bit more insight out of you, and then potentially help some guys. That's
yeah,
basically
oh
that's the
for
goal,
sure.
right? Is to just help anybody that we can. So
Yeah, no doubt, man. If me telling my story is what's going to help other people and make them come to that realization, then by all means, like I have no issues with it. Like most people that know me know what I've struggled with anyway, so it ain't like I have no shame in it. I've moved on, so we'll
right,
definitely get that going.
all right, perfect, Skyler, buddy. That's fucking great, dude. I would love talking to you, dude. If we could just get our phone calls up here too. Oh man,
Oh
it'd be.
man, the stuff they would hear.
I might have to put a couple sound bites on here. I'll have to figure out how to record some of our sound bites from our phone calls.
All right.
They're so stupid. Um, Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow us. Instagram, BWBT Podcast, Facebook, and YouTube, Beamwalks and Bar Talks Podcast. Shoot us an email, team@beamwalksandbartalks.com. We also have merch. We have a link on our Instagram page. I got hoodies coming in. I think I got a hat and a couple t-shirts coming too. So I will be showing those off hopefully either next week or in part 3 with Mr. Skyler. Buddy, I'll talk to you. I love you, man. I'm glad I got to learn about your family too and the legacy you guys got at 477. That's awesome. Um, I'm excited to sit down with your dad, and I'm excited to sit down with Eddie too. Those are two knowledgeable guys, and hopefully we can have a good thing going here pretty soon.
All right, man. Love you, dog. I'll see y'all on the next one.
Yes, sir. Take care.